Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our late start of the Rules of the Wildsea. I am the Firefly, Johananon.
I am the co-host, Casualty CDG. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective, turned tabletop titan and improv comedian. Tonight, I'm reprising my role as Trust, the Celicry Doom Speaker aboard the USS Buddy Junkyard.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. No, fuck that.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Kevin. I am here once again this week. Jump in a little bit late here. It might be my fault. To reprise my role as Wilson Ors, a child-appearing ancient being with a dragonfly backpack that is a Mothran character. Also the navigator or captain of this SS Buddy Junkyard ship. Yeah, ready to start some chaos, blow some trees down, and see what treasure we can find.
Hi, I'm Misha, and tonight, once again, I'll be playing Anna Kian, a kid with some very thunderous temper tantrums, I guess I'll say. I'm playing a Tempest, which is essentially the equivalent of a Thunder Sorcerer? I guess it's the closest we can get to it.
Absolutely. And we start off today with a bang on the Wildsea as you guys are all booned.
Oh, bang!
Woo!
Thank you so much, Vampire Bites. Mm-hmm. Love that Vampire Bites. But yeah, so where we last left off, you guys were in a town for pretty much the first time in your adventure, and you guys got into all sorts of mischief. But when discussing where to go next, you decided you wanted to go and investigate the caves beneath this town, as this town is built on a mountain. That's still the plan?
That's exactly right.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
That is it.
So we're going to start.
Do we want to go directly?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Do we want to go directly into the caves, or do we want to stop and drop off some things at our ship first? Because I do have a sacred tree.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
I think right at the end of last session, we went back and
Yes.
made sure that we could drop off all of our belongings and set out the next day.
Yeah, you guys are starting off on your ship, in port, still. So,
Yep. So I'm just gonna make note that I'm gonna plant this tree in a giant pot that lives next to the cocoon.
Excellent.
Also among all of my other stuff that Anna probably owns.
Add to your stuff, Tree of Nightmares. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so you guys start off on your boat. So what we're going to do, hey, Dirty Were-Rats, it's been a while. How you doing, bud? Were-Rats is one of our very first followers ever. So,
what?
always happy to see Dirty Were-Rats.
OG in the building.
Were-Rats, I would like to let you know that I appreciate you.
I appreciate Dirty Were-Rats too. So, you guys are about to enter you guys are going into the caves today. That's what you plan on doing. Who wants to tell me a little bit about these caves? What do you expect to find? What are some of the things you've heard? Anyone can do this.
I have heard, and I'll just try to set this up for the next session. I've heard that there are people trapped down here. Whether they're here by force or they're lost, I heard that there are people down here that either do or don't want to be here.
Okay. Missing people. I like it.
Like to add to that, maybe it's remnants left over from an old corporate mining colony that they shuttered the gates on, and these people have simply been down here for hundreds of years.
Ooh, like a Fallout type of situation.
Except corporate based.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Older guy, Steve Earle. He's got a song called "The Mountain," and it's kind of about that. It's an older song. I'd highly recommend you checking it out. It's pretty cool. And I kind of just get that vibe from these like big hollow structures that ended up being islands. You know what I mean? I like the idea of them almost like missing the apocalypse because they got screwed over by their corporation or something. But they didn't die because, they don't make them tougher than coal miners, dude. They don't.
Missing people, possibly from an old mining company. I enjoy that. Yeah. So, that's a good start for sure. What kind of cave are we looking at here? Your options, right, are going to be cavernous, where there's like big voids, tight tunnels, or perhaps riddled with vegetation. Those are your three kind of themes here.
Riddled with vegetation, where since this place has been locked off for so long, is vastly different from the outside.
Awesome. Micro, what do you call it? Micro ecosystem going on there. Absolutely.
Microbiome.
All right, guys. It sounds like we're playing Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Dibs on Brendan Fraser, trick.
Yeah, dibs on Brendan Fraser, indeed. Hell yeah, good pick, man.
But Tarzan, Brendan. I mean, sorry, not Tarzan. George of the Jungle. We want hot Brendan.
Absolutely. Lucky poor Gary. Gary does not. He's not a fan.
Brendan Fraser is just the worst.
So what's your way of traversing through this cave? Are you guys gonna hoof it?
Assuming the option is not available to roller coaster it like we did last time.
I mean, it's always an option.
I do like the roller coaster method.
Unless we find a minecart, yes, we'll be walking until we find something faster. Maybe even one of those things with the pump jack on it. That makes it go really fast.
I wonder if... you know what'd be really fun? If we could find two different mine tracks next to each other that interweave between each other, go up and down, around and loops, and all over the place, and we can race them.
Yeah, it would be
they go
even
off in
better if
opposite
it had a
directions
wheel.
and we get lost.
Tonight,
Find something cool.
so some of you might notice tonight Matt's not with us. Yeah, I'll wait in the boat. Catch up with you guys. I'll be back. That's my Matt impression.
I have morning sickness because of the child
I'm pregnant. I can't go. I can't do his voice very well.
Tired of him using that pregnant excuse to get out of stuff.
He's on maternity leave. But yeah. So
Gaming the system because he got paternity leave too.
you do technically have some options here before you go. So this isn't a typical setting out in Wildsea. Normally you go into the Wildsea on your boat. You guys are doing something different. So we'll do the preparation phase here, where you guys can tell me if you're taking any of your followers or your octopus or anything like that. If you or Stabby Tooth.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I would like to stuff the Geist octopus into my dragonfly backpack.
You're gonna bring the Geist octopus.
Specifically by stuffing it into my dragonfly backpack.
Stuff him into your
It's an
bag.
octopus. It totally fits.
It does totally fit.
No, get in there. Get in there.
Dinosaurs, let's go. That's funny. Morlocks. Oh man, you guys really want some funny stuff to happen.
Put it all in there too. The chat is correct on all of that.
Yeah, they're pretty great. That sounds good. I know. But yeah, so you guys get to one of the entrance ways to this cave system. So they're not like trafficked. People don't go down there. So it's just kind of like behind some buildings. There's like an opening. It's all mossy and sticky and gross. Sticky wet hole. It's gross.
Ooh.
Mossy, sticky, and gross? That's the recipe for adventure.
Do that thing, Gary. You have been booed.
Heck yeah, man. That's 2 coming out the gate tonight. Thank you.
And yes, Dirty Werettes, you have been put by someone in the chat somehow. Do with that information what you will. I'm excited to hear what you come up with.
I didn't know that could happen. That's
I didn't know it could happen either. Anything can happen and fresh out the box. But yeah. So who's first? Who's leading the way down this?
Well, as a
Whole two
navigator
adventure.
with seafood in his backpack, I think that I should be obligated to take the lead.
Yes, no argument from me. Everyone knows it's the most dangerous in the back, and I'm the most experienced, so if you lead the way, then I'll make sure no one comes up from behind us.
Well, don't I appreciate that very much.
I guess that means I'm in the middle. Okay.
Befriend the Bakuni named Chaka. Man, you guys are on it today in the chat. But yeah, so you guys
Disposable? Let's bring him.
you guys enter this cave system, and immediately it just as soon as you turn the corner, it's pretty dark. By what means are you illuminating the way?
I'd say that at some point in my travels, I've obtained a headlamp, except it's not actually a headlamp. It's just like a very, very old light bulb from before the Verdancy, put with a strap in it. And what happens is when I want to turn it on, I just boop it, and now you can see a little bit of lightning inside, just bouncing around.
So
I'm
this
fine.
is horrible,
I'm fine with that.
But I'm totally picturing your frog strapped to your forehead as it glows. 'Cause
Okay,
just
I
feel
love that
like
so
that's
much.
what
No.
your character
I put. You see, here's what I do. I don't strap the light bulb to my head. I put it in Stabby Toot's mouth, and he just sits on my head.
Love it.
And you conduct electricity through him.
Yes.
Well, despite recent adjustments, maybe it would be wiser for Anna to take the lead, seeing as though neither myself or my piece of seafood friend here has any light sources.
Did you just call the captain seafood?
Well, I suppose I
don't
did.
think we're not supposed to eat the captain.
Yes,
I think
that
that's
means-
called cannibalism.
Well,
She's
to be
right.
honest with you, he did say he could help us out once per journey with anything that we could be conceivably helped with, which I suppose would fix our starvation if it really came down to it.
We have been temporarily forbidden from eating the captain. That falls under guidelines of mutiny. Trust me, I have asked before.
Oh, well, I will try my very best to respect your strange rules of your civilization, Spider-Man.
Thank you.
God damn it.
With great power comes great responsibility, young man.
Fuck, Gary.
We're gonna get fucking
Powers of
sued.
knowing all the dark
fresh out the
secrets of
cease and
universe. Fresh out the cease and desist.
Oh boy.
Those are seriously amazing to get. I encourage all
Please
of
don't sue
you
us.
to get a cease and desist at one point in your life. It is liberating.
I'll frame the first one I get. I promise. I'm sure it's on its way.
It's super chat too. Everybody, kick up some dust, man.
Anarchy. But yeah. So you guys are going down this passageway. It is all mossy. That's the first thing you notice. Everything, like the whole thing, is just caked in moss, which is kind of unusual for a cave, but you assume it's probably because you're so close to the surface still. You guys do eventually come down. You do see like some smaller tunnels as you're going through. Only a Zealocry that shirks his skin can enter them, but you know there's no real reason to think that there's anything of worth that way. But you do come across your first room, as it were. The cave opens up, and in front of you is a chasm. There are, however, platforms between this side and the other side across this chasm. It is possible to traverse that way. Also, the walls are kind of like right there. You know, like if you could like run fast enough, I guess you could make it, maybe, but you'd probably die, honestly. But yeah, so that's what you're looking at. You're looking at about a, let's see, it's like 50 feet across, and like it's about 20 feet wide. And then there are platforms
The world has died, but the standard system remains. It's 20 feet across.
It would seem to me that we must turn back, or else we will fall to our death here in this very cavern.
Well, I do suppose I could use these wings that I was granted and fly across and perhaps try to rig up some sort of rope or structure for you guys to cross on.
Oh,
Wait, you can fly?
I can. That's what these wings on my backpack are for. I'm actually a bug. I've just been here so long that I've made myself look more like a human child or baby. Not really sure.
interesting. We Selachrai have the same ability. After generations, we can choose to mold ourselves to look like other creatures on the Wildsea.
Perhaps it is because we are both
According to-
insects.
But according to all known laws of aviation, your wings are simply too small to lift your body off the ground.
Oh, I don't believe that's the case. I flew onto your ship when we met, if I do remember correctly.
I mean, there is a scaling issue when you get to human size for wings, yes, but that's perfectly fine, ghost child. I think we the epic comedy the classic comedy trio of two insect people and a ghost child. But yeah, you're gonna fly across.
I'm basically Casper. Gosh, I'm Casper, the friendly ghost, except not so friendly.
Kinda. Are you? So you are gonna fly. You're just you, right? Just one end to the other. Is that your plan? Or are you conducting a task during this?
Me?
Yes, the guy with the wigs. Yeah.
It appears as though others need assistance crossing this gap. Is that correct?
Potentially.
I would like to then splay the rope, and I would also like to use. So I'm gonna fly, and the deal is I've been here forever, right? So he's got tricks and tips. I'm going to attach 2 ropes tied to each of my ankles, and I'm going to fly across this. Sorry, glide specifically across this gap, unless I need to fly, in which case I would need to mark elegant wings. But I would like to use the scoenesis ability to control the ropes and rigging to stiffen them and sort of make like cats in the cradle where you're like, and we have a bridge for my geriatric friend and dead child friend here.
Yes. So you can either mark your scoenesis or attempt a challenge.
What am I, a chump? Let's attempt a challenge, dude.
Let's attempt a challenge. Sounds like fun to me, Fred. All right. So edges. Which edge you gonna pick?
So for edge, I'm going to go with
It's a few
I suppose
good ones.
veiled because I'm focusing my willpower into this challenge. If that is agreeable to yourself.
Oh, all right. So veils, and
Leader
then
of this owl city.
do you have any skills or anything that you want to use?
I do.
Did
I would
get
like
a
to
boon
use.
because you're a beautiful butterfly.
You did. You got a boon because you're a beautiful bloodfly. I forgot to tell you.
I'm positive that it is because of the Owl City Fireflies reference. I'm positive. I am living this lie. That's a hill that I will die on. Also, thank you for the boon. Skills, I would like to use. I mean, I'm tempted to use stealth in case something goes wrong, but do you need me to use one in line with what I'm doing?
I need you. It has to be something rope related
Oh, okay.
because this is to tie the rope up securely.
Can I use brace for that?
Yes, that's a good one.
So I'm going to do Veils, Brace, and I guess not Scoenesis, because I'm going to take the challenge instead.
Yeah, you don't have to mark scoenesis unless you fuck up. So go ahead and roll those. What, 2 or 3 days?
It's going to be 1 in Brace and Veils, so just 2 dice.
It's 2 dice, and you do have 2 boons sitting.
And do I get to keep the one from last week, or do they not roll?
Yeah, you can keep the one from last week.
Cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and burn one then, leave myself with 2.
Sounds good to me.
Let me double check. Yeah, 2 left after the... I'm going to go ahead and burn the beautiful butterfly boon. And roll 3d6. And that is not a good roll. So tell me what happens. 2, 1, 3.
Yeah. So, what happens is, as you're tying up this rope, you're weaving between the stalactites with this rope, and it's working. It's working pretty well. But as you're getting to the end, you fuck up pretty badly. It looks. So this is a 3 on a test. Is disaster. It goes pretty much as bad as it can go here. You were flying.
What does a 1 get me? Holy crap!
3, 2, and 1 is all the same. Actually, it's like you roll the 1 essentially. But yeah, so you get to the very last stalactite, and you're like trying to loop it around. You loop yourself in, and you get caught up. It catches your wings, and you are like tied to the stalactite, hanging over this chasm. Just kind of like your arms are like stuck in it a little bit. You know what I mean? You're not like choking or anything. You're fine. But other than the fact that you are hanging above this chasm, just sort of immobile. You guys see your friend kind of go down over there. Go ahead and do me a favor. Mark, I'll let you choose. You can mark either a piece of equipment that you're wearing or your wings. Something took a little bit of damage.
Definitely gonna mark the armor, if that's okay.
That is fine. Yeah.
And I'm not sure if this was. I don't think we've come across this before, but just for your knowledge, being that it's an insect-based character, I would like the armor to be chitinous. So chitin being the predominant makeup of like seafood shells and stuff like that, shrimp shells and stuff. So I would like that to be the armor if applicable, although I don't know how that fits into the pre-existing rulebook.
Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, you hear a little crack as your armor kind of gets like pinched up and it breaks a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so you two see this happen to your friend. He did tie the rope up all the way across except for like the last bit. You don't know what's going to happen if you pull on that rope, especially if something goes wrong. But there are also other means of traversal. You could attempt to make the jumps across the platforms, or a spider could potentially climb the walls. Blah, blah, blah. You have options.
I told you that this chasm foretold the doom of all of us, and now he will die, tied alone on the stalactite. We must go now, before our lives are taken by this cavern.
I must say,
like
it's very
going to
disheartening
die.
to
We're
look at
not
the gloom
leaving
there.
him.
I can hear you, mister. Thank you very much. And might I remind you that I have a very intelligent piece of sea-dwelling life in my backpack here. That would be more than happy to help me at a moment's notice.
That's true. He could potentially last-ditch save you if something goes awry.
You cannot tilt
Have you-
the strings of fate.
Have you considered that the power of friendship can overcome strings of fate? And
Actually, the
are you gonna
friendship is
do-
my last vessel. We're now on the SS Buddy Junkyard.
Oh no.
Poor kid. She came back to life for this, you dick.
That's okay, we're all friends here.
I'm just like suspended above this stalactite, like just having a generally basic conversation.
You guys are. I like it. Yeah, I'm digging it.
Okay, let's try this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my phantom blade and basically using like the hilt of it, or at least like the backside. It doesn't wouldn't actually cut the rope. I'm gonna try to like move the rope to get him back to solid ground.
What could go wrong? Yeah, give me this is gonna be a challenge. I love it, so I am enjoying it. It is a difficult thing to do. So
Yeah, no joke.
what edge would you like to use? I would suggest maybe something like Grace or Sharps.
I have grace.
Grace works very well. Precision, agility, skill, excellent. And then what skill would you like to use? I would suggest not using break.
Dang it, that's what I was good at.
Although, I would argue that I feel like you could probably use, what's it called? You have slash, right?
I don't actually have slash on this sheet at all.
Oh, maybe not.
I have something called strike.
Strike.
I think that's what takes the place.
Yes, strike. I would allow that since you're using your sword. It's kind of, your sword proficiency kind of feeds into that. How many dice are you looking at with that?
That would be 2, which is
So 3 altogether?
shaky.
Or 2 altogether?
2 altogether.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
And
So,
to
I
make-
think I have one boon. I think I
you
have one boon.
have at least one boon.
I have one boon from vampire bites.
Yes.
All right.
I would like to, before you use it, I would like to mention this is a difficult task. So I'm implementing a cut. So you're gonna lose 1 dice.
Oh
So, Jahan, am I
no.
able to boon?
no. So I have 2
Misha?
dice.
Who can boon Misha?
Can I boon Misha as though she is trying to save my ass? Is it sort of a concerted effort or no?
Oh no, she just got booned anyways.
Uh,
So you have,
Oh yay!
so you use your 1 boon that you had. You have 2 dice now, and now you have another boon. So
Okay, I'm gonna use all of my boons.
okay, so now you have 3 dice,
All of my
even with a
boons are
cut.
coming into place. Life is at stake. Oh my god!
Thanks.
And here we go. I'd like to activate my skill called Fall to My Death.
So she,
At least she got doubles.
yeah, there's a twist.
There's a twist.
There's a twist. So she perfectly unties you,
I
essentially.
failed. I failed perfectly.
She perfectly unties you. Right before she finishes tying you, here's the twist for you. She's not minding where the blade is, and it's very sharp. It goes right through the stalactite you're tied to. So you go from this to but you are mostly free. You're not like gonna die, but like you
While
could.
he's
I don't know.
swinging from the rope, may I time a gunshot to shoot the rope free and catch the young man?
Yeah, let's go for a whole team effort here.
I'm going to use teeth and shoot and 1 of my skill points.
Teeth, shoot. Yes, excellent. Oh, Gary, you've been burnt as well.
Nice. I'm going to use teeth is 1, shoot is 3, and 1 of my skill points, I'm going to roll 5 dice here, 5d6ers.
And I think you get an extra dice for wearing something that looks like a Clippers jersey on a live stream.
It's actually look at this, it's my WrestleMania 30 jersey. I went to WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, and since it was in New Orleans, it's all purple and gold Mardi Gras color.
Oh, yeah, I was there. That was fun.
Awesome. More like party gras.
Oh, tell him. Okay, so I rolled double 5s.
You did. So you do shoot the rope. You do indeed.
I love how you're the one who insisted that he was lost, and then you're the one who succeeds in saving him.
Mm-hmm.
So you are now free, Kevin, but you are still falling to your death. Fortunately,
Can I go ahead and just mark Elegant Wings to
yes,
fly
if you
myself
mark
to
Elegant
the-
Wings, you will indeed be able to land on the other side.
Is that going to be an X or an O for this Valentine's Day?
Oh. It's not like a hard mark,
How
it's just like
loving of
a
you.
use mark.
Cool.
Hell yeah, man. So, your friend is on the other side, alive and well. There is a rope leading almost all the way across these stalactites, and then, like, at the end of that rope, there's just a rock swinging. A swinging rock out there. Do with that knowledge what you will. So, you do have a twist, Gary.
Great.
The sound of the gunshot seems to have caused a stir in the local ecosystem. You hear like a and like some skittering.
Oh, the sound of my firearm appears to have awoken some of the things in this local ecosystem.
I swear to God, Gary.
Can we fight him?
Yeah, when he mentions this, I would like to pull that giant sword out of my backpack and turn away from the chasm and towards the gaping maw of the caves below.
Wait, so you're facing the pit?
No, facing away from it. So
Facing
they
away
are
from
now
it.
trying to get away from it. I'm going to pull my sword out because it sounds as though from behind me I hear sounds of unrest.
Yes, it is coming from the way you guys are heading. So yeah, something does.
Let's probably get to the other side first before dealing with the problem.
You do hear this thing encroaching on you, and it will be here very soon. But you guys do have one more action between the three of you. Well, each of you has one. But yes, how are you handling this problem?
I'm worried
Alright.
if we cross the chasm, we put our backs to the chasm. But if we fall back to where we came in, well, then maybe they'll fall into the chasm.
Oh,
And we're
dear.
just gonna leave Olsen? Wait, that's not Olsen. I'm very bad with names.
Wilson.
I'm both Mary Kate.
Nelson.
No,
Wilson.
I have him here. From whence he was shot free from the rope. He landed here by me, I believe.
I thought he landed on the other side.
Unfortunately, it appears as though I'm about 50
Oh.
feet away from you by the standard system of measurements.
Oh,
I do believe that
You need
they would have
glasses.
considered me fucked back in the day.
Yeah, he is on the other side where the monster's coming.
you know I have a
I
hard
think-
time with long-distance vision, as it were.
Do we need to get you glasses, sir? We can find a glasses factory, take over the entire thing when we turn Stabby Tooth into a big monster. We can take it over and then manufacture all the we want for all of you.
I wonder if I wear glasses, I will shoot these guns more accurately. I've always wondered if there's anything more to it than point and shoot.
Well, if it's
I
any
think there
consolation, I'm
is.
not concerned with being left alone. Worst case scenario, I could always fly back across the gap. But I feel like in my 600 plus years of existing that I should be able to handle some sort of cave-dwelling being.
The sound of the cave dwelling being encroaches and gets very close. It's just around the corner now.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I am going to leap, and in order to enhance my leap, because I have a pretty good leap skill, I have 2 in it.
Okay.
I am going to combine it with Thunder's Tone. Basically, just kind of shout downwards in order to use the blast to propel me further up into the other side.
Absolutely. So, what edge do you want to use for that?
I can use either Grace or Tides.
Grace is good. Yeah, go ahead and give me them roly-roos over there.
All right, so that would be 3, right?
Yes. We've got a jumper.
It's an enhanced jump. I should be fine. Also, I almost put that into the Twitch chat and not the Roll20 chat. I am an intelligent college student. I promise. 4.
4. So, so there is a conflict. So you do successfully make it across, but every time you jump, you shout, and every time you shout, things kind of shake a bit. When you get to the other side, a lot of the platforms fall into the chasm.
Uh-oh.
So it is now
I'm on the other
harder.
side.
Yeah, it is now harder to get across. My Zillacry friend, what are you doing?
I think I'll just stay here and help you from afar and worry about crossing in a moment.
And that's when the creature comes around the corner. It is a gigantic, sort of bluish, purplish lizard with multiple eyes. It's pretty big. It's bigger than a person, and it has several limbs. It has more than 4. I think it just has 6. And a big, long, snapping tail. But yeah.
Really glad that there's 2 children-sized beings standing in front of this thing. I assume looking up look at it in awe of how fucked we probably feel.
It's pretty big. It's about a medium size. So it's not like enormous, but it is bigger than either of you two.
Okay.
What do you
Oh,
do?
we're not fucked. We're not fucked. We're mighty and we're good at murder.
It's true. I can also feed it our Geist octopus friend if things get very hairy.
No!
Oh,
no!
right, I
And
apologize.
while I'm just going, no, just talking to Wellison on the side, I'm starting to command my sword to start slashing into this guy.
Excellent. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and attack it.
All right. So that's gonna be how many d6? I'm gonna use my strike for this. I'm gonna use teeth and strike.
Teeth and strike. Excellent.
So that's gonna be 2d6, right?
Do you only have a 1 in strike?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. That's 2d6.
Well, I got 6.
Ah.
Damn.
So, with a 6 and a 4, that is a very just straight up clear success. You do, your sword stabs this thing and it kind of rears up on its hind legs. And it gets real tall. But you do injure it a little bit. And then
Injury.
it is about to attack. But before it does, Kevin, you've been waiting there. You definitely have some agency here. What do you want to do?
I'm going to, as soon as, so we're bickering, and she just kind of randomly decides to slash at the thing, and I am an ancient being, and most of the appearance is for show. I am totally ready for this, and I want to use iron and strike as opposed to teeth, because I believe iron allows me to fortify my attack, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
So I do have 1, obviously, from iron, 2 points in strike. And I'm wondering if it's not of merit for me to throw in the skill of Death Mask. The definition specifically is to treat conflicts as triumphs when trying to unnerve or something, is what I wrote. But I'm wondering if I can't use this in battle to sort of wound it and scare it away, you know?
Potentially.
Or I can just go old-fashioned, drop the aspect, and just hammer it with 3.
It could potentially work depending on how you roll.
All right, I'm gonna go for the death mask and add the extra die. Now, quick question for you: because I'm using iron as opposed to teeth, do I get another d6 from that, or is that not how that works?
No, you just get 1. So whatever edge you pick will dictate the nature of your success or failure.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I definitely want to stick with iron then. So I have my sword out from when I heard the noises. I am going to, as soon as she swings, about halfway through her arc around the apex of her swing, I am also going to swing from the opposite direction. And double 6s with a 5 and a 3 is what the fuck just happened.
Double 6s with a 5 and a 3. So the twist.
Wow.
So it's your timing. It's all about the timing. It does rear back from her attack, as I stated. And you'll just straight up take an arm.
I would immediately like to use my other hand to stuff that in my backpack as I'm continuing to swing.
Yeah, it does count as a specimen.
Gross.
Arm of the Basilisk is your specimen. Yeah. Except it's a real basilisk, not a Harry Potter snake. They're lizards, damn it.
That wasn't real?
Wait, it turns you into stone? You get stoned?
Speaking of getting stoned, this thing will look at you angrily. And as it does, your mind begins to cloud over.
Do I have a moment to shoot this thing before it does its thing to him?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Let me blast him. Let me blast him from over here. I'm going to use Teeth and Shoot. That's 4. And here go my 4d6. I rolled a 5 and double 3s.
So that's conflict with a twist. So you do hit him. So he's going to take that.
So I pull out this large pistol you guys are used to seeing already. It's a 3-barreled flintlock pistol with 2 flintlock fuses on the top, and it spins for no reason, and then the third one shoots by itself. It's really cool. You'd love it. I pull that out and fire across the room. Make purchase.
Boom. You do hit it. It is going to... The twist is this sudden, different pain. It's getting hit a lot. It's going to do a reactionary attack. It's going to...
Like a hyper-conservative move?
It's going to lash out with its tail against both of the two of you that are there. So go ahead and get out of the way, or block. Or get hit, and it's up to you. So compile your roll thusly. Yeah.
I have teeth as well as brace. Or hear me out. Teeth as well as break.
Okay. Teeth. So teeth is aggressive. Break. So you could potentially try to take the tail off that's attacking you.
Just use its own momentum against it.
Go ahead and give me that roll.
Cool. So I have 3 in break. Does that give me 3d6?
Plus teeth, so 4.
Ooh. Double 6s!
Come on.
Whew.
Hell yeah.
So, success with a twist on this level, specifically because of what you were trying to do. You do, in fact, cut off its tail. It is going to let out a noise that you assume is screaming in whatever creature language it speaks. You do have now the tail of the basilisk.
Yeah!
You do manage to cut 2 pieces off this thing in the first turn, just by rolling really well.
Specimen.
I do say we have
Specimens,
accumulated
I
a
put
vast
down
amount of consumable food from
Bassy
this
tail.
fight.
Yeah. But it is going...
Snake.
It is going to rear up. It's going to look at you... Misha. You're the one that cut its tail off. It was pretty mad at Kevin. Losing an arm sucks, but losing its tail, it's pretty pissed about that. It's going to stare at you. It starts to invade your mind. You feel its eyes draw you in. So go ahead and resist that. I would say iron or...
Tides?
Tides could work. Tides is kind of like a mentalness, you know, mentalness.
Mm-hmm. I can use it. I think I'd use a combination of tides and sense in order to kind of be aware of how it's trying to invade my mind. And
using sense to stay present and not succumb could work.
All right. Double 6s.
Jeez. So it does snap. It does sort of. You do snap out of it, and you kind of do it with like a grunt and a roar, and you kind of spark some of your electricity out. So the twist here is going to be that even though you guys didn't do all the damage to it, you did succeed in filling its tracks. It's going to flee.
Wait, so I have a Meyer sparks pinwheel from you as you move, and your material control wavers erratically. Would that mark that off if that happens? Oh. I feel like this might be a thing that triggers sparks.
If it does, so yeah. If it does, mark that Meyer. I've been looking more into how Meyers work. Marking them's a bad thing. And what it does is if you have a mark, you can get a dice cut per mark in a Meyer if you're doing something that would trigger the mire. So, like, if you're swimming...
that's what the marking is.
Yeah, if you're swimming in a small amount of water with your friends, that could trigger your mire because you could potentially electrocute them. Stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you crackle a little bit as you lose a little bit of your control. And so marking that mire does that. But yeah. It does run away.
Can I give a whistle? Can I give a whistle to my bird and have it fly down here to pursue the being so that I do not have to actively pursue the being, but I really don't want this to get away. I have a bad feeling about that.
If you want to...
That was my next question.
And I want to kill it.
How well does a 3-legged, no-tailed basilisk get away? That seems easy for us to track.
You could track it if you want to. It is attempting to flee, though.
I want to stop it.
You can try. So go ahead. So now so it's no longer combat. It is no longer. It has 5 legs now. Where rats. One was cut off. But yeah, it's no longer combat. It's no longer turn based. You guys can go however you want. The first order of business, I guess, is getting Gary across the chasm, and then how are you tracking it? Those are the things I need to know.
I would like to track it with the bird if possible.
Yeah. Is that a aspect? You do have the aspect?
Yeah, unfortunately, if you want to look at my character sheet, I was, I guess, feeling silly that day because the description of the Scout Falcon is not helpful. Apparently, it fucks your mom, John. So
does it say that?
That's what I put. Yeah, apparently for the description of the Scout Falcon is that it fucks your mom. So, which I think means
That's so good.
It'd be so great if my mom tuned in just for that part because she does watch.
No, I disagree. I disagre. I'm sure she's a wonderful lady.
She's a wonderful lady. I do love my mom.
Yeah.
Are you James Zalze Smythe, right? No, you're Wilson Ors.
Used his name in the chat. Yeah.
You're Wilson Ors. That's right.
Go ahead. Say it.
Say it again. Say my name.
Oh, Scout Falcon. It fucks your mom. Yeah. Here it is. I'll show everybody at home. Straight. Right here. Right there by Misha's name.
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't say.
We are a family-friendly show.
We're not. There's a parental warning on our show for a reason.
That was a joke.
Okay.
Family friendly if your entire family is 18 or older.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
I am pleased to find out it says it fucks your mom and not specifically John's mom. I'm less
So I guess
upset.
everybody in the chat, this has taken on sort of an SCP-like variant, and now it will fuck your mom. So
Watch out. It's
Hold on,
escaped.
I need to call my mom real quick.
I feel some boons coming my way, John.
It's escaped from SCP. You can also doom him if you like your mother.
My mom has a lot of
If
hurt.
you love your
Very
parental
super bird.
units, curse this man.
Curse this man. Yeah, so, Mark, your motherfucking falcon. I have been powered up, so that kind of counts. I would use that to screw you later.
I'm glad that you're of the culture that reciprocates, John.
Yeah. I'm a giver. So, you guys... Vampire Bites doomed you. Alright.
Vampire Bites loves their mom.
Vampire Bites loves their mom.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. So, yeah.
I feel like Vampire Bite's mom made him do that.
Maybe. So, mark your falcon. It does come down here. You whistle, it does appear, but you do have to mark the aspect. And yeah, you can send it to pursue this falcon, this basilisk pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely gonna whisper some parcel tongue at it and have it follow the snake.
Yeah. So that's happening, Mr.
This
Zelicrat.
really is turning into Chamber of Secrets.
It really
I'm gonna
is.
use one
We get to the
grace,
bottom and find a redheaded teenager.
one grace, 2 leap,
Ugh, teenager's the worst.
and one of my boons to roll 4d6.
Yep.
And I'm just going to roll a 6 real casually and double ones.
Okay. So you do manage to make it across this chasm. What's your
the double
twist?
ones, they still just...
It's just
like,
a twist.
Right, it's just not a bad twist.
No, it's not a bad twist.
Okay,
well,
cool.
I mean,
So-
any twist can be bad. It's really my discretion.
All right, I'll be sure to stay on your good side, or at least attempt to.
It's all at my
I'll be on your
discretion.
mom's couch if you need me.
So after having made a big deal about how hard this chasm was to cross, I just sort of symbiote slurp splice as I jump across these platforms with relative ease. Leap is one of my higher skills, that and wave walk. I'm good at both.
Excellent. So, your guy likes learning stuff. You discover a secret about the area. This moss seems to be edible. As you're like spidering across it, you realize, this could be a food source potentially. Because it's like all over this cave.
Is it
Ooh,
scoopable right now?
crunchy.
You can scoop some if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop some. I'm gonna bring it over to my boy
So-
Orson.
So you do learn about the source. That is your twist. Getting some is not. You need to make a
Okay.
cultivate roll.
Cultivate. That is scavenge.
There is actually an ability called cultivate.
What?
Oh no, it's harvest.
Harvest.
Harvest is for like plants and stuff.
So on our character sheet, some of the words are different.
Oh no.
Yes, that's right. So I'm not sure which one that would fall under.
Here, let me look.
Probably gather, I would think.
Yeah, gather might be it.
So I don't have any gather skill. I will use my grace, and I will roll 1d6.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we got. So you do scoop up some, but it's all like mushy. You don't think it's any good. You're unable to you're like, oh, maybe it was just in certain spots. I would have to come and like check this out. Although Dirty Were Rats
Awesome.
did say,
Awesome. I believe this is edible fungus from the side of the cave. It may look a bit slurpy, but I promise you it's got everything you need.
I mean, you can add to your specimen inedible moss if you want to.
I'd like to give that to you, Orson, is like slurpy, inedible moss.
That's actually wonderful because, Jahan, I do have 3 points in my cook skill because the rule book said that I could also cook explosives with this, which, as you know. Is there any way that I could use my cook skill later on down the road to turn it from inedible moss into edible moss?
You could
I was
turn
I
it.
thought you were about to say explosive moss.
I was going to say
Explosive moss works for me.
you would have a better chance of turning it into an explosive, yes.
Hot. Well, I'm definitely keeping this, and I will look at him with great reverence, and I will be like, "Oh, thank you, Sarast." And I'm gonna like waddle up to his like quad, his thigh, the upper thigh area, and I'm going to just give it a hug.
How small are you?
Quite. I'm about the size of an individual that would wear a children's backpack. So picture like carpool line of kindergartners
Oh,
getting out of the
God.
car and just like stupid looking. You know what I mean?
When you do that, it is a weird thing because you're not hugging a solid leg. You just end up kind of holding your own arms as spiders crawl all over the outside of your arms.
It's one of the greatest feelings on this planet.
Did you see
It is
this?
like,
see
it
the
is
chat
like they
here?
are
I'm
hugging
just-
you 10,000 times.
Did you see the chat?
I'm just looking at this scene, completely confused. Like, what's happening?
What is happening? So
What's happening? I miss my mom.
I don't. I just saw her.
don't do that. That's too sad, Misha. That's way too sad. But yeah.
Character trait, I miss my mom.
So there is some blood that you can follow, but there's also a falcon chasing this basilisk. It hasn't gone terribly far. This whole thing didn't take too long. But yeah, you can pursue.
The bird, that's Nerd the bird, right?
Yeah, Nerd the bird.
Nerd the bird is
That's your mom.
he's the sword-beaked dragon forcan.
Is he?
He's a 4-can. Yeah, so it's like a better version of a 2-can. He's a 4-can, which was given to us by the chat, I believe, 2 weeks ago.
God.
That's right.
What a chat we
I
have.
have a dragon mouth.
We have.
I have a dragon mouth.
I made a note
It's
on our
twice the
cruise
toucan.
sheet.
You know, it's like a toucan, but it's a little bit more squared.
Yeah, it's got.
Yeah,
it's also got
box.
beaks. It's got beaks on the side and beaks on the top.
God, what a horrific monster.
Tesseract.
Alright, so
Speaking of a horrific monster we made, look at Wildsea Oars.
Follow your noses! Follow your noses to get to the footloose!
it's a terrifying face you're making there, Gary. It's terrifying.
I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling so
That's
good.
a scary fucking face. I don't like your
Follow
eyes.
your noses! Follow them!
I just wish you'd freeze like this, you know?
He just wants to see you like that forever.
I do. It's comforting. Keep in mind, I'm still hugging your leg.
You guys,
All right,
Leg in
let's follow this
quotation marks.
monster. What
yeah,
are
you
we
guys
doing?
do hear "Ah!" as your bird is finding this creature. And since you did mark a point blank aspect check, I'm not going to require any follow-up rules. You guys can pursue the scene. You're following it through this tunnel, and eventually you find what must be its den. It kind of smells in here. It's very damp, and it smells like rotten meat. You can see some bones laying about in this thing's lair. And it is in
Are
there.
there any of them that look like they're worth grabbing? Can I use my sense skill to see if there's any bones that are different from the rest? Sort of like a...
This would be a scavenge check.
A scavenge check. No dice. Literally.
You can also
So-
use tides for an edge if you want.
Don't have that either, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to let this one go.
You can use other stuff. But yeah, you can't let it go if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it go.
I can try to look for it.
Yeah.
Alright, what are you looking
child.
for?
Before you go too far, child, there's a whisper I must tell you. I think it might apply to you.
I'm going to give you the whisper. The storm is angry.
The storm is angry.
So
Like, are you gifting it to me, or are you making something happen?
No, I'm giving it to you. That way you can use it or you can shout it at some point. Because your character, to me, is storm-themed. And so you just being able to shout the storm is angry, it seems really thematic.
just like that,
That's me going Super Saiyan.
just
Yeah,
like
that would be
that
like if
whisper
you
leaves
were-
your mind, Gary, and it enters Misha's.
Perfect. That would be
Thank
like if you
you.
were holding a whisper that was like, I'm a terrifying spider creature. I expect you would pass that one to me.
Oh, I think I have a little something to tell you. I feel like it could speak of the end of the world. And I'm gonna pass you the whisper. I'm gonna whisper in your ear, moon fuel.
Yes. I thought so. I knew it.
Don't say it back to her, because then she gets it again. It's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
I don't.
While you guys are whispering the secrets of the universe back and forth, this creature does. You are in its home, and it is injured. It is going to attack. It'll go for. The two of you aren't really. You guys are kind of doing a thing. It's going to lunge at you guys. Get out of the way. Everyone except Kevin. Kevin, you don't have to.
Can I jump in front and try to...
Could? Yeah.
I think I would like to use Iron and Grace, because they are clearly having a conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm over 600 years old, so etiquette is quite important to me.
I love it.
So I'm going to go ahead and switch over there. Iron as the...
You are doomed, so you do get one less dice on this roll than usual. Thank
That's
you.
for Mrs. Vampire Bites.
Thank you, Vampire Bites.
Yeah. So that's going to be 2 minus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and use a boon so that we have a chance for doubles here. So I'm going to roll 2d6 and try to specifically jump in between but slash it in terms of an offensive defense. That is not the right dice.
No.
I got an 8.
Great, huh?
It's a good roll.
I still got an 8 somehow.
Interesting. So you got a 5 and a 3. So 5 is going to be a conflict. So you decide to take this hit for them. So instead of either of them having to make a roll, all you have to do is mark an aspect, sir.
Can I mark the chitinous armor, or does it must be an aspect? Because I didn't use an aspect. Actually, I would. Never mind. I would like to mark an aspect. One I have not used yet. It's called Dust and Paper. From being a Mothran, it makes me incredibly difficult to hit.
Okay. So you kind of you shed this dust as it hits your sword, and you kind of move out of the way at that point. Go ahead and mark that aspect, and you do safely get out of the way, and it does not hit your friends. It is now, the focus is now on you guys. Misha or Gary should probably go next.
I have a sword and I'd like to use it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or Gary, would you want to go first? Because I've basically attacked it twice before.
I'll let you go first because I'm just going to throw a smoke bomb at the ground and only I can see in the smoke bomb. So I'll let you do your thing and then I'll ninja dust myself.
Sweet. Dabbing time.
Ninja dust is what we used to call opium.
Nice. That's exactly what my
Because it makes you
do.
disappear. No, I'm just kidding. I never did opium.
You can still call it stuff, though.
I'm gonna use a combination of teeth, break, and my sword in order to just kind of try to deal a blow to its spine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, go ahead and try to break its back. So savage.
I hold nothing back.
Oh my
That would be 46.
For legal reasons, I have to tell you guys we are not doing an opium giveaway.
Well, like we're not doing an opium giveaway?
We're not
Alright,
doing
that's
an
a
opium.
5.
Clean and dope like heroin soap.
Yeah, we're not doing one. Don't message Kevin after this session.
No, do not, please.
Am
So,
I swatted right now? Did somebody swat me?
That's a 5.
so 5. So you do hit this thing. But there is a twist. So you hit it, and you hit it really good. You cause it a lot of pain. Oh shit, Toyzilla Network, thank you for the raid. What's up, guys? What's up, Mr. Kapow?
Pow, pow.
I assume Mr. Kapow's with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. We were playing Wildsea from Oscar Isaacs. Felix Isaacs. Oscar Isaacs. Strong.
Dude.
Not playing Moon Knight.
Yep.
Yet. Yet. Well, that'd be fun. But yeah, so you do hit it, and your twist is you do cause it a lot of pain, and it twists around and immediately, glares at you. Go ahead and don't go crazy. Make a mental defense check here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use hides and this time brace.
Okay. That works.
Because I'm in a more aggressive mindset.
No, I like it.
Let me type this in properly and not in the Twitch chat.
Boom!
5.
Oh no, Kevin! Bye, Kevin.
5 and doubles.
Yeah, 5 and doubles.
Nice.
So you do, you stare right back at it and you scream in its face. It does not, take your mind, essentially.
I could not see Misha this whole time. I had to refresh. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
can see you now, Misha.
But yeah, so you do cut it, pretty good. This thing looks like it's on its last legs, guys. It is wounded. You've tracked it down to its lair. Gary.
Mm-hmm.
It's your turn.
I'm going to jump onto it and shoot it in the top of the head, point blank.
Boom. Yeah.
Do you want me to shoot on this one, or do you want me to leap on this one? What would you like? To
Either
see?
one it's your call.
Okay, I'm going.
If you
to
fail
teeth-
shooting, your gun gets fucked up. If you fail leaping, you get fucked up. That's really
I'm
the
going to teeth shoot is what I'm going to do,
excellent.
and that's going to be 4d6. I've rolled a 5 and doubles.
Excellent. So, you jump on its back, and you go to shoot it. It looks up at you with its last moments of life. Go ahead and make a mental defense check.
A mental defense check.
It's your
Easily my
twist.
highest. Can it be grace or must it be tithes?
It could be, I would say, tides or iron, potentially even instinct.
Those are the 3 that I don't have.
Sharps would
so
be
I'm-
better. Then
Don't have that either.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna. Yeah, I have grace, teeth, and veils. I have all the ones you didn't name. So this is not my best check. I'm just going to try to outwit it, if you will allow that.
Outwit can
Just
work.
A 2d6 outwit check. And I rolled a 5.
How come your roll looks weird?
Actually, I found out that you can click the skill. Like, you can click
Okay.
shoot. Yeah, and then pick an edge and stuff. But there's no edges applicable, so it looks weird.
Gotcha. Excellent. All right. So you gotta. So you do succeed. You succeed. You shoot it. And because you generated a twist earlier, I'm gonna have it be when you shoot this thing. You do. There's a bunch of gore. You know, obviously, you do get an eye of the basilisk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we get enough parts of this thing, once we get back to the ship, can we put it back together with glue?
That's not how that works. If it was an automaton, yeah, sure.
It is now.
That's how it works in kindergarten.
And there are 2 of us that are child
Yeah,
appearing.
chopped.
So
You chop the frog into pieces and you can put it back together.
Oh, Jesus. The fucked up kindergarten.
You know, if we act quick, maybe we can bring it back to life.
And I pull
Hi, Penguin.
out my salvage from before. I have this steel heart full of black sludge that runs on crude oil.
Maybe we could power it with this.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I can kill it again?
It
Well, I do
wasn't
think
gonna
that
work.
marks a great increase in experience.
It wasn't gonna work until you pulled out the heart. But yes. So you guys do manage to kill this thing. Now you guys are, it's kind of like a smaller cave. The ceiling's not particularly very high. And it's just like, you see it where it has a bed of like rotting vegetation that it lays in, some bones, that kind of thing. As you guys start to poke around this cave, that is
Do they
where
have any children for us to adopt?
that's where we're gonna take our break.
Oh. You know there's not going to be an egg because Matt's not here. The only one around here who adopts children is our jelly boy.
to be fair, I did grab, because he was looking for that item last time, but he didn't have the skills, so I found the item and impregnated him with it, making it his baby. So we could theoretically grab the egg and impregnate him with it later, because we have learned that his physiology does in fact work this way.
I mean, he's warm on the inside, so it's like an incubator.
I am going to try really hard to not make a comment here, because I do not want another doom from vampire bites.
Thank you so much for watching. We will be back in a moment after we relieve ourselves and whatnot.
Hashtag warm on the inside.
Hashtag warm on the inside. Hit it with us on Twitter. We'll see you in a second. Hey everybody, welcome back to Wildsea, which is good stuff. I'm Johananon, I'm the Game Master, ha 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 ha.
I'm Casualty CDG, and I am the host.
For more information on how to donate or volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org for more information.
He's Kevin.
I'm Misha, and I'm really non-binary, but I identify as a problem.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, that's the greatest line I've ever heard.
And while we were gone, we all did crazy pills.
No, this is just how I live.
Mine
This
are
is the real me
suppositories.
you're finally seeing here.
Yeah, we all have the same mental health disorder. It's okay.
We all have synergistic mental disorders.
That's right.
But yeah, so welcome back.
Did I quote you on that?
Yeah, you can quote me on that.
That's a good T-shirt.
This is good. We have synergistic
I
mental
might
disorders.
pay my friends to make a t-shirt of that.
But yeah, so we are back. You guys are in a cave. Woo! And you just got done slaying a basilisk. You are in its den. Yeah, it's all mossy in here too.
Do we want? Are we on a search for a baby?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Let's look for children.
Right, it wouldn't hurt to look around.
Can I do a roll for?
Yeah,
Can
that
I use veils to unveil and use
Yeah.
sense?
correct. Yep.
That's hot. I'm gonna do that. Just 3d6. Roll that out real quick. Why do I always hit the wrong dice? That was a good roll too. And that is not. 1, 2, and 5. Let me have it.
So, conflict means that you succeed, but not necessarily the way you want. In the context of trying to find a resource, it actually tells me. I can just read it. I don't have to make it up. I have the thing. Yep.
We have all the answers.
Gain a resource with a negative tag. So, you get a basilisk egg. It has a negative tag, though. Unfortunately, it is not fertilized.
Is it edible?
It would be edible, though, yes.
So, quick question. Last session, I burned a chunk of its experience, essentially, a minor milestone miracle of life. Does that regenerate? Can I use the miracle of life on this unfertilized egg?
So, milestones are technically for, like, leveling up and, like, leveling up aspects and stuff. You can create aspects by using salvage and specimens and putting them together and putting milestones into them to create a new aspect with a track. So you could do something.
Holy shit, that's really cool.
But it would take, like,
But
a
am I able
whole...
to use it even though I technically burned it last time? Like, I just want to make sure I'm not hoeing here.
You have another one from last time, I believe.
I got,
you're
yeah, but they're
saying-
different.
Yeah, they're all different. So,
Just-
oh, I see what you're saying, because your other one was called Miracle of Life. Yes, that
Right.
one is
Sorry, I didn't explain
gone.
that. Oh, so I can't perform the miracle of life on this unfertilized egg.
No.
Copy that. I will
the
take it
next
off.
one you got though, wasn't it like like fatherhood or something like that?
Yeah, the next one you got was also...
No,
Funny.
that was Matt. Actually, I have,
Oh.
as far as I know, anyway, I only have Seeker of Things and Sower of Chaos.
That's right. You got Sower of Chaos.
And I think Matt got the one about paternity and being Father of the Year.
So he may be able to fertilize this egg.
Oh my god.
I'm putting it in my backpack. We're doing this again. Him and I are having a second date. Oh, Sheen, here I come, baby.
I'm 600.
The
but you're
fertile
all mine.
waters of Oshin. Miracle of Life
No.
on this underutilized egg, huh? Everyone got food.
Actually, Oshin was also given the Miracle of Life minor milestone. We both got one when I impregnated him the first time. So I feel like if we use his this time, if he's down, because we need consent in a healthy marriage, but if he's down, then we can go for a second date. He can be my Tinder swindler.
You're killing Gary, bro.
Yeah, Kevin, man, you were just on a roll, man. It's like a speed bag, and you're just laying into the comedy bones.
You're laying into the egg.
Yeah, man, my funny bone is tingling.
I hope everyone at home's enjoying this as well. This is pretty funny stuff. They must be, because you guys all got booned again. But yeah, so you do have this unfertilized egg with apparently near endless possibilities, because that is how Wildsea works.
So, quick rules question. So, are you saying me feeding many specimens to Stabby Tooth means that if I combine an appropriate milestone with it, I can turn Stabby Tooth into an aspect?
Yeah, so eventually...
Since I have been feeding him.
Eventually, when he's ready, you can use the aspect. So essentially, I've been keeping track of what you've been feeding him. And so whenever you're ready to put in the time and the milestone to create your aspect, yeah, you could indeed do that.
Awesome.
I've kind of been having you secretly working to that without explaining it to you. So, but now you know. Now you know that is
Firefly ever
in the works.
The more you know.
But yeah, so you guys are in this cave. You did find that egg, which is good.
I finally understand this game, Jahan. It just hit me.
You do now?
So, yeah, so you can always, as players, we can always basically choose to chase salvage, specimens, whispers, or charts. We can always pick that, and then we can pick what we want as characters at the end. And you're using those things to upgrade your own aspects, your own skills, and you're using the milestones you get also. So every single thing you're picking up is either a usable item, a narrative item, or can become a permanent thing that you use. Okay.
You can you can also...
I had initially chosen charts to pursue charts being a navigator.
Yeah.
And it has been very rewarding, I think, to be able to like collect specimens and put them together to create things that further your actual character's like drive.
Oh yeah, it's so cool. I love...
It gives me really strong, like, it gives me MMO energy.
Yeah.
In a way of, like, when the stuff you pick up in the worlds, it has a different energy from some of
it does.
Classic TTRPGs I've played.
Yeah, you guys are picking up clumps of moss and unfertilized eggs, but they are like the foundations of your future power, and it's really interesting to see for sure.
There's a cool thing I have right now where it's like I've got the milestones I want, I've got some whispers I want, but my specimens, even though they're cool, they're not like permanent things that I would like my character to have forever.
Yeah.
So now it's like, yeah, I need to go specimen hunting and figure out. Hopefully, I can find a cool specimen to make a cool permanent skill.
Specimen, salvage, yeah, you could.
It's just a really cool mechanic where it's like, I just don't have the specimen I want, even though it's just a word. It's just a word. You know what I mean? I'm missing one word.
Yeah.
It's cool. We're collecting vocabulary.
Essentially, yeah, it is an I don't know. It's hard to explain if you haven't played. To those of you at home, check out Wildsea. I believe you can pre-order it right now. Just type in Wildsea TTRPG. I don't have the link ready right now. But it is good stuff. Yes. You guys are in this cave room, den, with endless possibilities in front of you. What are you doing? Your options are
the endless possibilities.
You are the endless possibilities. Your options are to go back from whence you came, check out this room more, or continue on.
Let's continue.
I guess technically there's a fourth option where you just like live here now, but don't do that. So you guys
just live there now. Can I check in? I want to check in with the bird. What happened to my bird now? Because it followed the lizard.
Yeah, it's
Can
just
I have it back or
it's
whatever?
just eating some of the basilisk now.
Cool. Can I send it ahead of us down the hallway?
Yeah, if you want to.
I would love to.
It doesn't fly so well down here, but it can attempt.
Interesting. Is there a dynamic reason why it can't fly down here, or
just because birds caves? It's not the best. It's kind of tight down here.
Makes sense.
If he was a bat, it'd be different, but, yeah, you send your bird up ahead, and you hear it fumbling about up there. It is going. But yeah, so you guys do continue on. So you keep going. You go deeper and deeper. It is going down. The caves still have some of that mossy quality, but it does sort of start to become more patchy the deeper down you go. Your only light is a arrow-tongued toad holding a light bulb on Misha's head. And yeah, you guys continue down deeper and deeper. Eventually, you do come to another opening. This room is... there are multiple paths that you could take here, potentially. There are stalactites, stalagmites going the full length. They are touching. So it's just like these little pillars. Some of them are very thin. Some of them are like, 6 inches. Some of them are like 5 feet wide. So there are some big pillars, little pillars. It's kind of hard to move around here. You're kind of having to put your body through this area. Your bird stopped here because now you see it had trouble.
Big pillars and little pillars is you have to throw all the little pillars off the bed so you can sleep.
Okay.
That's a Texas thing, buddy.
I feel like
little pillars.
I feel like there's something here I do not understand.
You can get husband pillars, you can get throw pillars, you can get nighttime pillars.
I can't sleep without my body pillar.
Body pillars.
I sleep with a pillar between my knees so my back don't hurt.
I use one for arch support underneath my lower spine.
Hell, my wife's got so many pillars, my whole bed's covered in pillars before we go.
My wife is a pillar.
Have you guys ever had a pillar fight?
Well, that's the best kind of wife.
Got one of them waifu pillars. But yeah, so you guys are in.
I just thought of it as wife is soft. Not that.
It's a waifu pillar. But yeah, so you guys are in this pillared room.
It's so soft in here.
It's so soft
now, dude.
I'm just imagining it's all pillars. Pillars all down.
Pillars as far as I can see.
Xavier cracking up in the chat.
Oh shit.
Fucked up, man.
Apparently, Benji Penguin thinks the plight of your bird is funny. So that's. But yeah, so your bird stopped in here because obviously it can't make it through the peelers. I'll stop saying peelers, god damn it. But yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you?
Y'all are actually murdering me.
Do you press on through this room? You do see at
What
the
if I
end.
just wanted to take a nap?
It kind of branches off. There is one main way to go, and then there's 2 side tunnels. This happens during improv, y'all. Sometimes it gets you.
I'm just ready to be out of this room. I'm ready for the next one. I can't handle this room.
The next room is full of ottomans.
This room is my fucking kryptonite, man. I can't with this room. Someone's gonna have to leave me.
Patio furniture is just hilarious.
Can I just gently hug a peeler?
Yeah, as much as you want. You take one home, you can sleep on it.
Oh my god, I can have one?
They aren't removable. They're fixtures.
You're gonna have to roll a break check.
Yeah, you could break one.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll take it home, to add to my little room next to the not demonic but eldritch cocoon. I think I need something comfortable to sleep on,
There you
Just
go.
kind of shove the peeler into the cocoon. So it's more comfortable in there.
I don't think that would have the effect you wanted to have. But yeah, you can try to break off one of these stalactites.
Well, thank goodness break is something I'm very good at. I'm going to use teeth and break.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a motion to use the word columns going forward.
Columns, absolutely.
No, I'm sorry. In my head, I'm just imagining something comfortable
Yeah, me too now. Yeah.
Yeah, like a ball pit of cushions.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this room is in my mind.
I love it.
4s, double 4s.
Welcome to the Cave of Comfort.
So
Not again.
so you do break one of these columns, and you get a chunk about this big. When you hit it, all the rest of the columns go like all the way down. They light up, and just kind of in a passing sense. Just kind of like they just kind of strobe out as you hit them, and they make a little bit of a noise. As you're holding this, essentially a stone scepter that you've broken off of this column, it does kind of faintly glow to the touch.
Interesting.
Because you did get a twist. This is your twist. You have the Scavenge Glowstone Rod.
Sick.
Glowstone rod.
I do
feel
say
like I
it
can turn this
appears as
into
though
a
the rest
bludgeoning
of the
weapon in
cave
the future.
responds. And it appears as though the cave responds to the energy inherent in your rod.
Okay, damn it, Kevin. But yeah, you do notice that there is some sort of response to the concussive force when you hit one of these columns. Kind of ripples out. Do you make your way through the room?
Yes.
Alrighty. So it's just slow going. You don't have to roll as long as you're willing to take your time. About halfway through the room. You guys are kind of, you're wiggling through these pillars. Some of you, God damn it, some of you are smaller than others. The person, I guess, none of you really have too much trouble because the two of you are small, and then Gary is made out of spiders. Mm-hmm. The only person that would have trouble with this is pregnant Oshin.
Well, but he is a jellyfish mom dad.
He is a jellyfish mom dad. But yeah, so when you're about halfway through this room, which path are you trying to get to? The one straight ahead that is like a bigger opening, or one of the two side passages?
Well, I figured depending on the density of the columns, I would send the bird down a side path, like an auxiliary path, if it could fly that way to scout for us. I think I was kind of feeling waiting on the main cavern for now, but I don't know what what the folks feel like.
They can
I'm
wait
good with
while
anything.
you send the bird. There is no rush.
So yeah, you send your bird. So as you get into the middle of the room, it does kind of open up like towards the top, so the room is bigger. Your bird can kind of hop between the columns and makes it to the passageway and starts flying.
Passageway's above us?
No, he's just above you, just hopping along.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. The passageway's to your right. There is no passageway above you. That would be cool though. I should make one. But yeah. As he hops along, you do notice every time he lands, the columns light up a little bit, and then he disappears. And you guys wait for a little bit. Which one of you is looking around?
How many? I guess
I'll
I
look
will.
around.
How many columns
Oh,
are
yeah,
there?
Surast could look around.
How many columns?
Yeah, that was my first question.
Hundreds and hundreds.
Okay, all right.
There-
Back to you, Misha.
It's like walking through like far apart spider webs made out of stone, kind of. It's very hard. You guys are like constantly touching these things. Every time you do, they light up a little bit. But yeah, I guess Misha, yeah, you can look around. You notice some of these columns are lighting up, coming from one of the directions.
Ooh.
They're lighting up here and there.
Hey guys, I think we should follow it.
The lights are coming towards you.
Oh.
Oh dear, I do believe that means that something is touching the columns just as we are. We may have to prepare ourselves for battle. Or a conversation.
Oh.
Fuck. Alright. Yeah, so they are lighting up and come towards you. You're not sure why. But trial and error. Listen.
Yeah,
I'd like to pull my sword and use an aspect.
What's your aspect?
Spectral variance. It makes me incorporeal so that I may pass through solids. So I can treat this room sort of as a normal room and just move through the pillars.
Okay. Yeah, so you go ghost form in the middle of this situation. Excellent. I will allow it. Go ahead and mark that off, and yeah, you're a ghost boy.
Copy that. Ghost boy engage.
What about you, Misha? What were you saying?
I'm in the position myself in the middle of the room in order so whoever's coming at us, I can just blast, like, do like a blast cone and hopefully, like, bury them in these columns. Because with my blast scream, I can do like some structural damage to this place.
Yeah, it's true. So as you move into position, you see movement. It's only because of the light that comes out of the columns when they get touched. You can actually see a shape illuminated, and you realize, judging by the lights and the movement you're seeing, there's multiple of these things. It seems like they're going around you guys. It seems like they're surrounding you, or attempting to. Do you notice that?
I believe we should make haste before we are totally surrounded. Maybe we follow Nerd the Bird.
You start to hear her.
Yeah.
You start to hear clicking noises.
I'm gonna do the closest thing. Oh wait, clicking noises. Is it a language?
No.
Okay, I'm making sure no one's speaking knock.
No one's speaking knock.
Alright, I'm gonna get the hell out of here then. Stick to plan A.
Yeah, so now moving through this room, there is a time frame. There is something going on. So you need to do it faster. So you have to roll to get through the room. The only person that doesn't is Ghost Boy.
Flee, you fools! Can I use Wave Walk or Leap?
I would, because of the nature of the columns and how very Wildsea they are in nature, I'd allow Wave Walk.
I'm going to use Grace and Wave Walk. That's going to give me 3d6.
It's not bad.
I rolled the bones, and I've rolled a 4, and I also rolled doubles.
So that is a conflict with a twist. So you do manage to... You do move through. You're not impeded by the movement. But you move right towards one of these things. So you're going to be the first one to see one. You see in front of you... It's a little shorter than you are. It has a long face and big reptilian jaws. It has some vague plumage going down its back, and you notice the two large claws, one on either foot, tapping on the ground. As you look at this raptor, that is in some sort of cave raptor, you'll notice it does not have eyes, and it is very pale.
Oh man, that is just horrifying on so many levels.
Good.
Subterranean tremor sense raptor?
Yeah, subterranean tremors. Yeah, that's what I did. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I see. Thanks.
Someone requested dinosaurs, man.
It's true. I was wondering how that was
dinosaurs.
You're not about to. But yeah, so there's one right in front of you now. That's your twist.
That's great.
I'm trying to unnerve you. It was I, Dirty Whereas, proclaims I dealt it. Fantastic.
Damn, and now I'm smelting it.
Now you're smelting it. Let's see.
I'm also now picturing this individual to look like either Sam Neill or Jeff Goldblum. I do mean the guy.
I feel like, okay. It's just like, yeah, I was just like, wow. I can't do Jeff Goldblum's impressions. But, yeah. Kevin, focus is on you, sir.
Hot. I am going to...
Life finds a way. You guys are killing me tonight.
I think I don't have issues moving through the room, and I'm not super concerned with the raptors as they cannot really stab me with their hands right now. So I'm going to float on by towards the party here and keep an eye on things in case I need to recorporealize and F up some S.
So it does seem like you do see the one that is like staring down your Zealotcry friend. You also notice a familiar tactic that raptors tend to use. As you're looking at one is about to attack you from the side. And you'll notice as you move towards your friend, one of them is about to attack your friend from the side.
I don't want to overcomplicate things, but Matt's not here, so I need to make up for the other half of the chaos. Is there any way that I could walk, given my current state, walk into the one that is about to... I don't have any PC words for this, but he's about to, like, get Gary. Can I walk into that raptor and then recorporealize within?
Let me take a look. Here.
But with the intention of, like, doing damage, using it as an attack, essentially.
I will allow you to do an attack using your incorporeal nature to get advantage on this attack.
Okay. Is the advantage from within?
Yeah, sure, that could work. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to then use Iron, Strike, and maybe Dust and Paper if you will allow it. The idea here is to recorporealize inside of the guy, doing massive damage with Iron and Strike, and then Dust and Paper to flit sort of away as insects move quickly. And away meaning outside of the body, in this case. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, man. Go ahead.
So I've got 2 strike, 1 iron. I'm going to roll 3d6.
Add a dice to that for your advantage.
Right on. 4d6. And, yeah. Wow. Cool.
So because of what you're doing, you do succeed, right?
Okay.
You do have a complication, man.
Good.
And that can get awfully complicated what you're doing. I will say you do recorporealize, and you do blow up this raptor. It explodes into viscera. It gets all over you. Go ahead, turn, because you did have conflict here, specifically because of what you're doing. Go ahead and turn the mark that you already made on your incorporeal into the bad mark. It's a little harder to come back, but
Cool.
it can.
The X?
Yeah, do the X on it.
Nice.
So essentially, you burnt it. You can repair burn, but it doesn't like come back just regularly over time. You have to do something.
Awesome.
Good way to highlight that. Misha, you see this raptor explode into blood as your friend goes, "Oh, hey there."
Howdy, hey, how's your day?
I'm going to turn the other way, and I imagine there's maybe 3 or so coming from the other direction as well.
Yes, there are more than 3.
I'm gonna use a combination. Of. I'm gonna once again. I'm sorry for abusing this, but also use Break and Thunder's Tone.
That's what it's there for.
To bring this. Yep, to try to bring the ceiling down on these guys.
Okay. Let's see how you do here. This can get really interesting really fast.
And I forgot, do I have any boons currently?
Yes. Yeah, you were recently given a boon. Oh, no, my category's wrong.
Well, then I will take the 46 and turn it into a 5d6.
Hell yes. That's a good call. I was going to fuck with you guys.
6 and doubles.
6 and doubles. That is a success with a twist. The twist. So, I was planning on making this like a more of a thing. The twist is that these columns start exploding. Boom, like you see them all light up, and you can see all these eyeless raptors. There's a lot of them. they all shatter as the child screams and just blows them apart. The shards are flying.
Throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, the shards are flying into the raptors. Some of them are getting killed. Others are getting hurt and running away. This room is no longer that difficult to traverse. A and B, no longer has raptors in it. You, with a success when you're doing what you were doing, to the level of a success that you got, I feel like that's enough to end the encounter right there. They do run away. They're still around in theory, but no, that was fantastic.
That's dope.
Fantastic. But yeah, so you guys, like, your ears are ringing a little bit, but everyone's alive and fine.
Oh, wow. That was some spectacle of power. That was amazing. It is simply outstanding. Amazing, absolutely.
It's just what I do.
I can't believe what I just saw. I really wish that I would have waited before I, reincorporated inside of that fellow's body. I'm nasty for no specific purpose.
Yes, I believe that's probably not the first time that you've come to that conclusion.
Well, can't argue with that. Thank you for your help, Anna.
Well, now you have another reason to be nice to me, because if you're not, that's the alternative.
I would welcome a fight between the two of us if you do lose your temper at some point. Please come find me.
I'd like to lay down something for the future. Here.
What are you laying down?
Yeah, no. At some point, we got a PvP.
Okay.
Not tonight, but at some point.
I agree.
That
Whether
could
it's
happen.
a spar or to the death is up to the fur flyer.
Oh
But,
no, I'll definitely make. I can make that happen in a productive way.
And this is not a threat or a challenge. We're a team. This is part of the crew. And
Yeah,
she saved our
exactly.
asses. Like, it's
Yeah, you guys
all
just like to
respect.
fight.
This is just.
Like that.
We're just chilling. Like we both of us like kicking ass, you know.
Yeah,
so
nothing
why
wrong with
not
that.
kick ass together against each other?
I do enjoy vomiting after a good fight.
It is now that you will hear the bird cawing from down the passageway.
Oh, shit.
I do believe that's my cue.
And I'm gonna start moving that direction.
It has 4 beaks, so I like to imagine that they're all different pitch.
Like the ocarina of mouth.
Oh wow, that was good. Is that your face, Misha? That's fucking sick. All right. You should go do like animal sounds, like that guy that voices Momo and Appa.
Okay. There is there's a video online called Animal Sounds on a Cruise Ship. I was 7.
Ooh.
That's the only context I'm giving. If you'd like to unearth this internet secret, go do it on your own time.
I will.
Kickstarter for Misha's secrets.
Back now to unlock some more of Misha's secrets. But yeah, so you guys go down this passageway. This one, there's no moss at all. And eventually the stone goes from being this cave wall to what looks like worked stone. And eventually you are walking on broken cobbles. And you see your tri-beak, your quad can, sorry, sitting on a dust and spiderweb covered statue? Maybe? Something.
Yeah, I wanna fuck with that, dude.
I have a quick out of context question.
Mhm.
What if you fed your 4can of 4 Loko?
With caffeine or after they decaffeinated them?
No, with the caffeine. We're not holding back.
Then
Thank you.
it would
There's
become
no other way
a...
to fucking drink them. You heard it here first and you heard it here last. There's no other way to drink it, dude.
It would be a 16 logo.
Where are your
A
math?
2can twice squared.
No way, dude. No way. It's got to be way more than that. It's got to be like a 4 to the 4th power situation here, right? So we're talking 16 times 4. What is that? 64, and then times 4 again. That's 130 fucking 2. Dude, it's 130 fucking 2 can.
Why are you
Which is
so
a
good at math?
on the 2 can.
I came back with 16. Look at this. All right.
Look, getting that good
132
at
damage.
math will do things to a person. I think it explains Kevin in his entirety.
That's fair.
Or Welson. Maybe it's Welson.
Yeah, maybe Wilson's good at math. Kevin's just
It's not me.
Kevin's just a good role player.
I'm in character.
Channeling it.
Bro, I totally get
That's
that.
that's how I passed college. I role play being good at
Fake it
college.
till you
and
make
then
it.
I finally passed.
Make it till you make it.
Same. Day to day on the job site.
That doesn't change into your 30s, and I'm starting to have a sinking feeling that doesn't change into your 40s.
It doesn't change. No. We're all just
Well, it's
pretending.
like how old
to be
people,
good at
they don't
stuff.
dress like old people. They dress the way that they've always dressed. The style was just different before, right? We're not going to change, I don't think, as much as we're expecting to. You kind of got what you got. You got to play the hand
Got
that you're
what you
dealt
got,
and go with your friend deal.
You gotta know when to hold them, Kevin. You
And
got
when to fold them.
you gotta know when to walk away, and you also
Oh, and when to leave, motherfucker.
you gotta know when to run. Yeah.
Oh, run, my bad.
Life advice provided on Wildsea. You see, you get through the cursed content, and then you learn the secrets of life.
It's all cursed content here.
This is for fucking kids, dude. They need the secrets of life.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you kids, listen up. But yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
fun.
this idol thing. It's about this big. It's on a little pedestal, and it's next to a wall with like a recess in it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to check out the statue for sure.
Ooh, yeah.
Can I investigate in some sort of manner? I do have 3 points in sense.
Yeah, you have sense, and you also have tides, right?
No, iron teeth and veils.
Veils would work.
Cool. I'll go veils with sense. And I would like to postulate something else. Maybe can I use? I have a drive. Can I use a drive?
What's your drive?
So it is sending. It depends because I'm not really sure the context here. But I've got one that says send spirits to a peaceful rest, which is pretty metal, and discover a great secret of the distant waves. I understand we're not sailing right now, so I feel like maybe the statue is more than a statue, and I could do the spirit thing.
Discovering the secrets of the waves. So yeah, definitely make this roll, and then I'll tell you what happens.
Hot. So can I use the aspect as an extra die?
Drives are not aspects.
Oh, sorry, drive. Yeah.
Drives are something else.
I get 1 from veils, 3 from sense, 4 total. Correct.
4 total, yeah.
Doubles.
Bro.
with 6.
Nice.
You got doubles and you got a 6 as your high. That is a pass with a twist. So it's like you know what you're doing. You wipe off the dust on this statue. It's kind of like a hunched little man with like an oversized head. He's kind of like those 3 monkey statues that are like see no evil, speak no evil. He's in that posture, like hunched over, and he just has this big old melon, and his arms are crossed in front of him, and his face is kind of like almost like a sugar skull kind of style. Like it's kind of like one of those like Mexican skulls with that kind of motif looking thing.
Oh, I know.
And you see one jewel in one eye. Something. It's like it doesn't look like it would be necessarily worth anything, but it's like some sort of polished stone in one eye. The other one is empty. But you have a feeling that you could do something with that empty socket and perhaps unearth the truth of the Wildsea.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to do that, right? Fuck that. No, let's do it, dude. I wanna do some eye socket discovery.
Excellent. So you're looking around. Do you have anything on your persons that is spherical, smallish, perhaps?
I do. I have some sort of piece of flesh from a fight. I think that was last week. I picked up a ball of just viscera from a fight that we had, and I tried to use it in a situation and it didn't work. So I'm wondering if maybe now is the time.
Yeah, you can stuff it in there if you want. It's not what I had in mind, but that's fine.
Yeah, I also do have another drive that is solve baffling problems with style, So if that benefits me trying to squelch this piece of flesh into this guy's eyeball, then
So
I'm down.
you stuff this. You make it orb shaped. I'll say you wrap it around a rock or something. And you shove it in there, and it does. You hear a, and then the recess in the wall behind starts to open, and you see sort of a light coming from within.
I would like to beckon the rest of the crew.
Let's go!
So you do. So this is how drives work. You did accomplish kind of a drive here, and you did so by stuffing meat into a skull. So you get a milestone. You get a minor milestone.
Hell yeah.
And it will be called, let's say, Unlocking the Secrets of Death.
Did you say meat hole?
yeah, you show this meal. But you get a, I did say
Unlocking the Secrets of Death.
Unlocking the Secrets of Death milestone, yeah. And Kevin, you have been booned again. You see a message that says Cricket Charlie was here, and next to it is a bottle with a boon.
Oh, motherfucker, that's so cool.
It is cool.
That is really, I like that. I like the...
For those of you that don't know, that's a previous character that Kevin played on our stream in Savage World, Deadlands.
Favorite character, I think, to date. It was
That was fun. That was a fun fucking
campaign. And it was the only one that I've played so far where somebody on our team died, which was...
Dude, that was a hard session, man. That was...
Yeah.
I feel like I almost cried. It got kind of upsetting. But yeah, so you guys open up this portal to wonder or horror. Who knows? But you do see a new way is revealed.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, everybody goes. Okay, so you guys go down. As soon as you breach the precipice, as soon as you're beyond it, it smells different in here. It doesn't smell quite like mildew, rotten mold anymore. You start to smell water, like clean water. You know that smell of like a river. And eventually you start to hear water. And you come out to... It is it's a higher cave. It's nice and round, and there is a river coming from somewhere to your left, going downhill to your right. Some sort of underwater or underground river. You'll see some like bats flying off downriver. You do see light coming from that direction as well.
First things first, I would like to give the whistle to the bird to hunt and allow it to break away from what we're doing on our quest and eat, because now I feel like it's important for progression of, taking care of this bird.
I love it. I love the role play. I always forget about my pets when I'm doing that kind of stuff. Good night, Avenger Penguin. You bad influence friends have made me stay up too late. I'm sorry, Avenger Penguin. We appreciate you sticking around.
Look at the West Coast.
We're the friends your mom warns you about.
That's us.
At the D&D table, that's so good.
Yeah, especially with the context of mothers from the first half of the session.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna say something
about me for a specific reason.
Yeah, hey, I fucked this guy, and he's a real dick. Watch out. He wasn't really sorry, lol. But yeah, so you guys are heading... Wait, which way are you guys going? I don't think you said.
I think we should go downstream.
I agree.
Downstream. So follow the river towards this light.
Correct.
What do you think, Misha?
I think that we should do whatever you're doing, because my brain just went completely frazzled for a moment.
Oh shit, my bad. I was trying to include you, not call you out for being vacant. That was a mistake.
I'm down for anything.
Downstream it is. All right.
Gary, you've been booned for the beard with its own character sheet.
All right.
That's what it says.
Absolute icon.
Ocean the beard. It's Matt's.
So you guys go downstream. This cave, it's like, I guess, it's like a 30-foot diameter cave. It's pretty round. it does appear to have been carved by just continuous water running. But the stream is smaller now. It is just a river that you could probably traverse if you felt like it. You don't see anything necessarily on the other side except the cave wall. And as you get closer to where the flow is going, as you get closer to this light, you come across something you might not be expecting. Probably not, honestly. You see man-made structure. It appears to be big iron beams. The whole mouth of this cave, which you assume is what you're at now, is blocked off by some sort of man-made structure. It appears to be, to you guys, like in real life, like an old dam of some kind. But it is since decayed, broken, has chunks
A
missing.
damn what?
This looks like something from the old world. Maybe it's some type of water production facility. Maybe this is where their water came from.
Is this how
They
they were
make
able
water?
to grow so many trees?
Yes, it is said that the forefathers could create water from nothing with machines, and that is what caused the great Verdant Sea to take over this planet.
Excellent. But yeah, so through a hole that's in the base, a giant, probably about 10-foot hole, that's where the river's running through, and that's where the light's coming from.
All right.
Okay, I feel like we've made
Are we ready
quite
to track it
discovery.
down?
I would like to inspect the structure, honestly, before we go. I think this is kind of a heavy thing we've stumbled upon. This is the reason that we sail on treetops. I kind of want to get some information from this. I'm very old, so I kind of want to know. My whole point, my drive, is to figure out how to extend my life instead of having to repupate time upon time. And moisture is important to carbon-based lives.
It's fair. It is a gigantic concrete structure reinforced with steel beams. They are rusted, broken. It's very, very old. Definitely a pre-verdant technology. Almost seems like some kind of, wall to you. But you don't see any means of water creation on this structure.
There's water like coming out of it?
There's water going into it.
But nothing coming out of it.
No. Except light.
Where is it going in? What does that orifice look like?
It's a 10-foot. It looks like it used to be some sort of opening, like a deliberate metal opening that it looks like there's some sort of mechanism for opening and closing it. But that has since just been destroyed, and it's just a hole in the concrete now.
Okay. So I have a specimen of a writhing root. I would like to plant it, for lack of a better term, here at the dam.
Interesting.
And in the hopes of gaining some sort of insight or maybe a whisper or chart regarding the situation. Because this is something that caused our current situation, so I feel like this is something that I am seeking as a character. Knowledge of older things that are older than
So
I am,
you want
because I'm older.
you want to try and learn about the pre-verdant technology by seeing how this thing reacts to it, maybe?
Yeah, that works. Dipping the specimen in the water, perhaps.
So when you put the specimen in the water, it does start to grow. That is the nature of the vine that you cut, and it starts to go into this structure, and it almost seems to reinforce the concrete. All the holes are kind of blocked by this vine, except for the spillway that is still open. But now this structure is covered in vines.
All right, let's go.
Which might not necessarily be what you wanted.
Does
I
it
mean,
go,
it sounds like there's something more for later, so that's fine with me.
does it go all the way to the roof?
Yes.
I'm gonna just scramble up these vines real quick just to make sure there's not a way over or a crack or something. Just because he put the vines there, I want to see if that gives us any kind of advantage.
So there is like a window up there. that leads into like the top of this dam. When you go inside, it is the inside of a pre-verdant building. You do see like overturned desks and like broken coffee mugs and like pay stubs and everything that we just hate about modern life. You see bills and somehow someone's phone,
parking ticket.
someone's phone's still plugged in somewhere, and since it's a dam, it's still powered and it's like on Tinder, and they just got declined or something. It's just not a good room.
Bad juju.
It's a bad room.
Social media is on every screen.
I will lower a rope down so that they can both come up this way so we don't have to go through the spillway.
That's fine. Yeah, you guys can climb up. So you guys enter into this room. There's like old rusted out consoles. Everything's destroyed. Everything's messed up in here. Is not preserved in this room. You even see some rodents like running around. All furry and happy, full of life.
Can I stomp on a parking ticket for no particular reason that relates to my real life?
That's fine.
Did you say there was rodents running around?
Yeah, there are animals in here.
I'm definitely gonna snatch a couple of those if that is okay.
Go ahead and attempt to do so.
Alright, I'm going to use veils and outwit, if that is okay, because I assume rodents are more intelligent than we give them credit for.
You're gonna try and sneak. Yeah, gotcha.
So I'm going to pull the Geist octopus out of my backpack and set it on the ground and then walk away in the hopes that the rodents come and try to eat it, at which point I will nab up to 3 of them.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make your roll.
One specifically to feed to Misha's toad.
Go ahead and make your roll.
How many D6s is that? Just
the Is it a toad or is it a frog?
It'll be your... one for veils, and then whatever your outwit is.
1 as well. So I'm just going to roll 2d6. 6 and a 4. Let me get the rodent.
So you do indeed capture a rodent. So you have a specimen now. We'll call it... It is like a cross between a rat and a hamster. It's kind of like a chubby rat, and it's kind of cute. It doesn't have like quite the long snout, and its tail's a little shorter. It looks kind of adorable. A ramster.
A chinchilla?
Not a hat.
It is kind of like a chinchilla.
It could be a hat or a ramster.
We'll call. I like ramster a lot.
You don't like hat?
A ramster.
Hat. If you write hat in your specimens, we're all going to get confused. So Ramster's a little more spot on.
Hat it is. Ramster description, probably similar to the falcon, I would imagine.
Oh, for Ramster description, you should put hat. That's not confusing.
I can't wait for 2 weeks from now when we don't remember what that is and we're all upset about it. I look forward to the future.
But I have a feeling that the chat is here to save us.
The chat is always here to save us.
Here at Fresh Out the Box, I feel like the chat is integral to the show.
Oh, yeah. And we wouldn't have it any other way. So yeah, you catch one of these ramsters. These hats, if you will.
I will. I would love to.
But yeah.
You have a new friend!
It's either a friend or a meal, potentially.
You could eat one. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the Geist octopus by the head and throw it back in my backpack.
Do you think it's actually edible? It looks really fluffy.
Well, back in pre-verdant times, people used to eat sushi, which was actually just the creature flayed alive. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean the ramster?
I don't think sushi was fluffy. I think.
I apologize.
Maybe
I was
I'm
speaking
wrong.
about eating our seafaring friend here.
Nom
I do
nom.
crave seafood, you know.
So
Don't eat the captain!
you guys eventually make it down the stairs to the first floor. This area, you see like a bunch of console. What do you call them? Like breaker boxes and that kind of thing. They're all very tall. They're all defunct. All the wires are ripped out. And there is like plant life growing through this place. but you do see an exit ahead.
I wonder if there's anything here of any value before we venture to.
You can. You can try and make a scavenge check if you would like.
I would like. And as we all know, scavenge is one of my good abilities. Let's do grace scavenge. Let me carefully look for something that might be nice.
You're being careful not to touch anything crazy.
Correct.
You don't want to
That's
launch a
gonna be,
missile.
2 dice, but I will use a booner here. We'll throw a boon in the mix.
Yeah.
Okay, Junior.
Booner alert.
I've rolled a 4.
So
Hey guys, it's a booter alert.
so you can get some pre-verdant scrap here. We'll call it. I'll give you a choice. Would you like cluster of wires, or would you like a circuit board?
I guess I'd rather have a circuit board.
Okay, so since it is a conflict, it has a negative quality. It is a broken circuit board.
Okay.
But you do
wanna
find
see
one.
if I
Yeah.
Get Matt pregnant.
You start shoving stuff into O'Sheen, seeing if it grows. Guy, you should sell. You should sell him to a virologist. He'd be like a perfect fucking. He'd be a perfect disease growing medium. But yeah, so the plague O'Sheen. That'd be horrible. Oh man, I just have a really good idea for a bad guy now. So you do find something. You do manage to get something.
When I see him find this, I'm gonna go up. Is Sarast, it was you who found it?
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna say,
Oh, I think it would go really well with this.
and I'm gonna give you my arcane power source to add to your salvage.
Oh, shit. Thank you.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
They might work together. Yeah, you never know. You could make some sort of cool mechanical aspect with that, in theory.
So I'm the way that I do this is you see me very carefully grab a computer case, and I very carefully unscrew the little knobs on the side and take the case off, and then I grab the circuit board and very carefully bend it until it snaps. I'm like, yes, perfect, and then take the broken circuit board and put it away.
Perfect.
Fantastic. But in this game, there is no trash. Everything's treasure. So, but yeah, so
This game is about hoarding.
This game is about hoarding. You guys find stuff. You can continue to search in here if you want. But you can
I still
also...
have a cashmere sweater from the first episode.
That's right. you
One
do.
day it'll be useful.
We
Yeah.
live on a sailing junkyard. I feel like it's par for the course.
We're all just building the ship this whole time.
This
Pretty
is
much.
a game about hoarding and breaking things. And I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
bliss to me.
I have a lot of fun with it. Do you guys want to continue in here, or do you guys want to continue on?
I got
I'm
my
ready
piece
to
of...
continue on.
Yeah, I got my treasure.
You
Yeah,
guys,
I'm ready to move on as
you guys
well. I
got
need to
your
get this
treasures?
unfertilized egg back to our pregnant male.
so you are going to the other side of the wall that you have not been to, right? That's the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yep.
You open the door. It's an emergency exit. It goes click. It's kind of rusted. You kind of have to hit it hard, but once you do, it pops open. It is overgrown on the other side. There's lots of things, vines and branches and what have it. And there's a lot of light coming from this side, which you're not expecting. It's very bright. It's like you walked out into the sun.
Aren't we underground right now? This is very peculiar.
I think so.
Oh,
We are so
maybe-
far down, as a matter of fact, that we have discovered pre-verdant technology. I do feel that it is strange that the light penetrates at this depth.
Maybe this is one of the factories which they used to create raw light.
That
They
sounds
made light?
highly unsafe for us to approach at a close distance. Maybe I should send the bird instead, in case it fries everything within its current radius.
Not a bad idea. The stars foretold of someone being fried to death by bright light today, so I think it is very good for us to take this slowly.
Gary, gain the whisper, a bright light for all mankind.
Nice.
If you would.
Whisper?
Yeah, whisper. What'd I say?
Yes, yeah, I'm just making sure.
Okay. I like it. When I'm inspired, you get something. Yeah. So you guys, you just kind of hack through the brush a little bit as you're going on, and you hear stuff. You hear as you hear your bird flying around somewhere. You also hear other birds, which is fucking weird. You hear animals making noises. You hear loud like that kind of stuff. Creatures calling out to each other as you breach the brush. The scene before you, you're in a massive cavern. Huge. It is gigantic. You see this paneling going all the way up the sides, and then you see it's broken in big swaths all across the ceiling. You see like plates sticking to the ground, overgrown with vegetation. But you can see this light coming out of these spots in the ceiling. There are these giant lights up there. That seem
electrical?
They do seem to be some sort of pre-verdant electrical powered lights that are somehow still running.
I do believe this is your area of specialty, Anna. Wouldn't you mind trying to control these fixtures for us?
You look at Anna, and it's like equivalent of having stars in your eyes, but it's little lightning bolts, and it's just like, I'm gonna go absolutely ham. Just run into there and find the biggest thing I can in order to fight it.
You do see big things walking around. So the first thing you'll notice, other than that, you do see giant lizard-like creatures stampeding about.
Are they similar to the ones that we fought before, or different?
Not quite. They are different. So the ones that are immediately in front of you, you'll see pretty much a completely normal Stegosaurus. You'll also see a Triceratops, and a pack of like those smaller little scavenging meat eaters. I forget what they're called. We'll call them pygmies.
Call them little dudes.
Little dudes.
There you go.
We'll call them little dudes. But yeah, you guys do discover this cavern with these animals in it that do appear to be
Is Jeff
dinosaurs.
Goldblum here?
Yeah, there's a guy standing on a hill watching out. He's like, wow, life really does find a way.
There's a rolled over white Jeep just sitting there, all grown over.
But yeah, that is what you guys see.
We should pick out one of these guys and go hunt it.
I do believe that it would be a wonderful addition to our ship if we take a pair of each animal aboard.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
I feel like I have read it somewhere before, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
What we can do is we can, well, I don't think we can take a ton of them. But if we got one pair, then we can bring it back. And then they can have lots of babies, and then those babies can grow up, and I can hunt them.
So
Jahan,
can I, as a navigator, try and chart a course to this location so that we may return here in the future? Is that something I can do?
Do you have... So that is something that you can do with charts. Do you have a chart?
I do have a chart, yes.
What's your chart?
It is... Tourist Trap Map.
So
we enter some sort of safari
Does he have
zone.
does he have to combine it with a whisper?
in order to turn a chart into like a path back and forth between an area, no, you do not have to combine it with a whisper.
Nice.
Yeah, I was looking at that recently. You can do chart. That's like how you can do all that new stuff with the whispers. This is something you can do with charts. So you can use that one to know how to get back here, essentially.
I would definitely like to do that. I think this is a point of interest, specifically for not only Anna's character, but Oshin's character as well. So I'd like to make a throughway back here, because we've discovered something truly
It is pretty. It is pretty cool. So you now have the Lost World map.
Do I get to?
Ooh, I
keep
like the
my
name of
current
that.
chart?
So
Or does
it transforms into this new chart essentially.
What's it called?
Lost World map.
That's dope.
That's something you can do with charts. I think that's how it works. I hope that's how it works. It sounds fun to me. But yeah, so you do find this place. And you have a lot of questions probably how it all works. It's not just something I pulled out of my butt completely. It does have a reason and a rhyme to it. So what would you like to do? What's your first step into this new world?
Is my
First
bird
of all, we
fighting
gotta-
with the other birds, or does it seem to be docile or
It seems to be fine. It is hunting. You could tell, but it's not hunting the other birds. It's hunting vermin.
but it's not fighting with the other birds?
Doesn't
when
seem to be
they're
having too
walking?
much of an issue now.
Okay. I kind of want to go down there.
Down where?
With the time we have left, we could possibly build a camp that we could return to in the future, so that we already have like a base.
Yeah, you guys could try to set up a base camp. Is that something you would like to do?
Well, I am
Yeah, I'd
curious
be down
as to
for it.
Tarast and his depth of knowledge regarding all things nature. What do you think, Tarast?
Yes, I think it would be wise to set up a base camp. Maybe some time in the future, we can rally our entire team and go through into this park and see what kind of Mesozoic terrors await us.
This Jurassic Park.
I do feel that this is a bit out of our realm of comfortableness, if I may speak on that, and it may be wise to try and get one of our smaller vessels down here to help us navigate this very strange environment.
It is pretty big.
Exactly. So we can set up a small base here, and then we can come back.
So yeah, if you want to find a good spot to set up a camp, one of you needs to make a roll to do so. Just to find the spot. And that will gauge how good of a spot it is. And future
All right. Yeah.
3 points in sense, if anybody has a better skill than that.
sense could work.
Nope.
Take it away.
What is your edge? Because that depends on the nature of the camp you're going to discover.
I would like to use veils specifically to find a spot that is not only hidden but safer than something normal.
Fantastic.
So they can sense.
Veils and searching can find you a very good spot if you roll.
And
well.
I don't want to be a hoe, but can I dump my last 2 boons on here and max out at
You
66?
Yeah, no, that's not being a hoe at all. That's exactly what you're supposed to do when you want. This could be a very important role.
That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this, and I feel like Oshin is going to join us down here next time and bring a ship, perhaps, and this could be good. So we're going to get him pregnant again, which he doesn't know about. But gender reveal next week. But yeah, I'd like to.
That'll be a fun episode. I can't wait for the episode. Gender reveal.
Dude, he's going to be so.
Gender
weird.
reveal. It just ends up being a mystery,
It is new.
undiscovered before.
Amen.
I was gonna say the gender reveal ends up being a forest fire.
Oh no! We're in the Wildsea.
What's the
Exactly.
typing code for the roll? Because
Slash roll space and then 66. Boom!
double fours, double fives with a 6 and a 1.
Six with a twist. So you're searching around, you're looking, you think you find a pretty good spot. You're standing there. It looks like it was at one point maybe some sort of camp down here. But then you kick over some a little mossy area. You see a skull. You're like, maybe it's not the best spot. And you're looking around. You see the tree line, and you head towards it. And you wind up kind of wandering into the brush a bit. And you eventually come across some sort of structure, hidden away at the cave wall, essentially. You can't see it at all. It looks untouched. It has like a big glass window on the front. It looks to be made of metal, and the door is like slightly ajar. It looks like a sliding door that's off of the rails.
I would like to obviously beckon the rest of the crew if they did not follow me on this journey, and I want to just go ahead and pop inside and be like,
Oh, I have read about these. They used to refer to this structure as an Airbnb.
He does bring you guys back to this very well hidden. You have no idea how he spotted it, how he found it, but it's this very well hidden little building off in the side. Do you enter?
absolutely.
So when you go inside, it's actually pretty nice. You rolled very well. So there is like some usable stuff in here. It does seem to have like it's all pre-verdant tech, right? Most of the like tech stuff doesn't work, but there's like a propane stove, and like potentially a functioning like chemical toilet. There are some bunks. It is nice in here. You found like a little base camp that somehow has been sealed from the Wildsea for a long time.
So this is a home hidden in a forest within a cavern deep below the earth. Am I understanding that correctly?
This is a home hidden in a forest in what used to be some sort of pre-verdant grow facility of some kind in a cave on the Wildsea. Yeah, it's
Zoom out one more time in the backyard of your mom's house.
Oh, he got you so good.
He did get me pretty good. But yeah, so you find this spot. And as you guys are kind of like settling in, you hear a loud noise come from outside. A loud roar.
Oh, does it sound less like an animal and more like a ship engine?
No, it sounds like an animal.
Oh.
Shit.
What kind of animal?
A big one.
Ooh, I'm gonna go out and investigate.
And that's when all the light on the ceiling goes brr, and turns off.
Oh,
Shit.
And then that's where we're gonna call it for
Like-
the night.
Ah.
ah!
Right before there was the loud roar, was there a glass of water sitting on a table that vibrated a few times?
Well, it'll be a bowl of water.
Mm-hmm. We all turn and look at the bowl of water.
Like,
Vibrate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. That whole thing. And then all the lights turn off. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. I hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fucking fun tonight. I don't know about you guys. Thank you, chat.
That was so chaotic.
The chat was really on fire tonight. I love you guys. So happy to see Xavier and Dirty Were Rats again. And always happy to see Vampire. And everyone else who participated, thank you for all the boons, dunes, and suggestions. This is a roleplay improv situation, and I fucking love it. So I'm Johanan at RockFact on Twitter, and I'm the Game Master.
I'm Casualty CDG, and you can find me at Casualty CDG on the social media stuffs. You can also find Johanna and I every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. We play tabletop role-playing games. We also play board games, and we talk to people from the industry. Tomorrow, that's February 25th, we'll be talking to Clinton Boomer, who was a writer for Paizo and worked on a lot of some of their old... I'm running... What's the word, John? What did they...
Pathfinder?
Pathfinder. I think he worked on Pathfinder and Starfinder stuff.
Yeah, so we have a writer from Pathfinder, Starfinder, Paizo. We're going to be talking to tomorrow. Very excited for that interview.
And then, of course, we also have our podcast, Fresh Out the Podcast, where Jahan and I talk about movies and video games and streaming shows and all sorts of pop culture things. That's where all podcasts are available. So thank you guys for your undying love and support, and we'll see you on the next one.
What's up, guys? I am Kevin, and it has been a pleasure once more. Thanks for joining us on this crazy, wacky journey through whatever this continues to be. It's always nice having everybody here, and especially those that return time after time. It feels like we're building some sort of rapport or companionship, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you in the chat and those of you here on the show with us. Yeah, you can't find me nowhere on social media, and I'll see you next time.
Hi, I've been Misha. You can find me. And also on the Dice podcast, they're near the end. Full series, Electroval, which is a different spin on post-apocalypse. Thank you guys so much for coming. It's been an awesome experience.
In case you cut out...
And I'm really excited for next week.
In case, I think you cut out a little bit, that's Dice Carnival on Twitter. They only got the dice part. Yeah, check out Misha. She's doing all kinds of great stuff. And we love having
your mic
her.
sounded great the entire time, and then for the outro, it cut out like every third word. I don't even... Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, I know why. There's something wrong with, like, microphones don't like my voice.
Okay.
So if I accidentally get too excited, I'm cutting out any microphone I encounter. Also, one
There's
thing,
not a lot here.
we are Carnival Dice.
Carnival Dice.
Twitter, not Dice Carnival.
My bad.
For some reason.
Carnival
I don't
Dice.
know. You can ask Adrian.
Yeah, check her out and everything she does at Misha Siegel on Twitter. And we love having you. And thank you, everybody. Stay fresh. Have a good night.